everyone, so welcome back to my channel today, and we are going to be doing a brand new video because today is a very exciting day because SixamCC and I have created a mid-century modern kitchen stuff pack in The Sims 4. It has finally arrived, it's here, it's early access, it is baby, and it needs love. So personally, I am a firm believer, obsessor, and stan of mid-century modern. Like, I love the interior design style, the architectural style is my thing, I live for it, until one day I want to have that IRL. So right now, I might as well just do it in The Sims. And so SixamCC and I did this together for the past couple of months, and let me tell you, it has been a dream come true, a fun process, a very lengthy process, but it's been worth it every step of the way of like researching, watching movies, TV shows, and just overall research of everything from like the 1950s, a little bit of the 40s and 60s of that era was fun to look at for me. And I love doing research of that stuff because it helps me understand more of what I'm going into and how I'm going to make it work for my Sims and everyone around the world. But I think it's time to show you all the custom content pack that you all have been waiting for, and let's see what we can do with it. So when Sixam and I were making this collab together, I wanted to make different sets because one, I love family gameplay more than anything, but I also love building and stylizing rooms different ways and different sizes based on budget, family size, objects, and just overall just stylizing the idea to make it come to life. And personally, I really love this big kitchen, this medium-sized kitchen, and also like the small single sim type of family kitchen as well. One, because all my Sims are poor, and two, I think that it's appropriate to be able to showcase the different sizes of what you could do in a kitchen and what you can include in it. Now, this collab included 44 different items in this collab, including wallpaper and flooring. So there's 3 different wallpapers and 3 different floorings, and of course, all the objects come included as well, with a variety of swatches, and let me tell you, there are so many swatches. So if you want to find all the objects in this collab, you can either search SixamCC or SpringSix in the search bar down here to find every single item to your demand. Now, with Sixam making all the objects, it kind of left me, just at a standstill. And I asked him if I could name all the objects and descriptions, and he said, go for it. So besties, I went ham on every single object and named them perfectly well. In my eyes, I think they're perfect because I spent days on this thinking of the description titles, what I wanted to like add into the little mix for lore and drama, and I made it happen. So every single object you see was named by me, but I also had a little hand in making some art prints in this collab as well that I made in Procreate, and I wanted to still capture that retro mid-century modern style, and so I think I did it justice. I think I did it justice. But for the wallpaper, I want to showcase everything. So we have modern vintage backsplash, a rustic tile, and also Terraru's backsplash. Now, with the wallpapers, they do come in a variety of different colors. And I would say that this collab with the wallpaper, you could fit it in a bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, of course, outside, whatever you wanted to do, you could basically make this your oasis and make it look like it was brand spanking new, made by a talented artist, which it was. SixamCC and I are very talented at what we do, and Sixam made my ideas come to life. And personally, besties, I hope we can do another collab again in the future. And if you have any ideas on any collab we could do next, let us know down in the comments below, or tweet us on Twitter or on Instagram so we can kind of grasp all the ideas together in one single meeting. Now, I really love the variety of colors that he chose for this wallpaper right here for the first one, just because everything is like bright and colorful and lively. And I love that stuff. I love bold statement wallpapers and bold statement anything. And when you have like a bold statement, it's good. And so every single wallpaper definitely has like that retro feel. I love the little like stars on here on the wallpaper as well. So for the rustic tile, I do have to say, when I saw this for the very first time, I fell in love because this gives me bathroom vibes, but also kitchen vibes. It still fits the whole mid-century modern-esque interior design style, I would say. It has very bright, muted colors, but also it still doesn't scream in your face saying, notice me, love me, choose me, but it still has like that sense of style that you're really looking for in a kitchen. Now, for the last wallpaper was a Terraru's backsplash, and I do have to say, when looking at every single swatch that came out of this backsplash, I was immediately screaming of joy because when I saw it, I immediately thought of parties, kids, ice cream, summertime, and summer's not around the corner. It is freezing cold here in my state of the US, and I don't like it because I don't like the cold. Cold is not my thing. But when I saw this, it immediately perked up my mood. It perked up my temperature in my home, and it just made me feel good because, as you all know, I love being extrally crazy in streams and in videos and just overall everyday life. And so seeing all these things definitely made my life and mood so much better. Seeing these things come to life of the idea that I had and the ideas he had, and it came into fruition, and it's perfect the way it is, and I cannot wait to do another collab with Sixam and see what we do next. And now these right here, I have to say, are very good because they're not too much, but also like they're not too little. They have different styles of color to them, like with this like mint green. This pink right here is definitely giving me Sims 1 pink and mint green vibes. Like, you know, the Sims 1 diner back in the day, it gives me that retro diner vibe, and I love that stuff. And with the grout in the middle of the flooring, you can definitely see that it's like a white line right here, and the other ones have like gray, and this one has like black, and the other ones do also have like the same ones too. But I do like the grout in the middle changing the color and making it a very unique style. So personally, this is my thing. It's what I live for. And then for the great gravel, this has a very, what I would call it, a very motel vibe to it. Like, I don't know why, but it does. When I think of this flooring, I think of a motel. Bates Motel, to be exact. That show was my jam. Creepy, but my jam. And all my life, I've always felt that having hotels or motels in The Sims 4 will be really, really cool. And adding in a bold statement flooring like this flooring right here, this one in particular, could be really, really good. And so thinking of the idea of motels, the flooring itself captures that vibe. It captures that statement, and I'm living for it, and I hope we get more of it in the future. So this flooring right here is ultimately my favorite one out of all of them, just because it has a very nice, bold statement to it. The colors are not too over the top. I still love like the muted colors that they brought into this pack, as well as the blue, the black, the red, the dark red, the bright red, and even the grout changes colors as well, where we have like a little gray grout, a white grout, a straight up black grout as well. So you're kind of getting like all the varieties, the best of both worlds with this one. So you have pretty much everything you need. So when it came to the objects for this collab, me and Sixam knew we wanted a bunch of swatches for every single individual item, especially the counters, because counters are the staple of the kitchen. That's where you prepare your food. But when I tell you there were so many swatches when I first saw this, there were so many swatches, especially on the counters. But when I tell you when I first saw it, my jaw hit the floor. It literally did, because there were like hundreds of swatches on the counters that I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? But then also I was thinking we can't have every swatch. So I thought, why not divide it up, make it a little bit different and have different variants of them? And he said, okay, I'll see what I can do. We have a brown one, a white one, and also a black one. But what's cool about this, like you can still have the same, you know, countertop and siding or different sidings, but still have like what you want / need. So if you wanted to have like a yellow front piece with a black countertop with a white siding, you could have that. You also could do the same thing with this one right here. You can make everything match, which is so cool. Brown siding, white siding, black countertop, yellow front piece. And so if you want to mix and matching your kitchen, you could do that. And I think that's just so amazing and well done. And of course we do like have like muted colors, like a muted yellow or like a purple, like a red, like a dark red, another like bright purple-ish, a little hot pink, you know, sky blue, gray. Like we have a different variety of things we can have here. So if you want to have a gray countertop, you could have that, a white countertop, black countertop. You kind of have like the best of both worlds when you really think about it, or the best of 3 worlds technically. But we also do have cabinets as well. And I love these cabinets just because cabinets are fun to look at and also to have in your, you know, your kitchen, more variety, more space to have. And we also do have different variants. So you want to have a small piece, long piece, a corner piece over here. If you wanted to, you could have that as well. I'm gonna put this over here. A corner piece, an end piece. Also have like the centerpiece. That's like the mainstay thing that we always have and see. Another corner piece over here, and then another end piece. So you have everything that you need to kind of build your kitchen the way you want to build it, with different styles and different sizes of the cabinets. The same goes along with the counters as well. But the thing that's different about this collab that I think is really unique is that what Sixam did is, you know how originally we have islands that only have like nothing where your Sims are sitting? Well, with this one, you have both. So you have both a front looking piece right here where your Sims sit, but then you also have it inverted where you usually see the drawers as well. So you have kind of like the best of both worlds when it comes to the islands, which I love so much. And that's like a really cool like staple piece as well. That also comes in brown, white, and black as well when it comes to the islands and counters. Now for the next piece, we do have double sinks, a mid-century modern double sink. And I love a double sink action because double sink, more space, more variety. And I love more variety, as you all know. And I like this like variety here. So you could have whatever you want, however you want. And personally, this pleases me the most. And you all know I love yellow. I'm gonna have a yellow kitchen first and foremost, as always. But if you don't want yellow, of course, you can change it out with something different, of course. And if you want a different countertop and a different side piece, you can have a black one or a brown one, if you so please. So you have pretty much all that you need and all that you want. So the one thing I love about this collab is that we added in a dishwasher with and without a rag, and it's functional. And I love that because personally for me, I always add my rags either on the side of my dishwasher or on my stove or whatever it might be. But I've always wanted to have a dishwasher with a dish rag on it and without. So we added both into this collab, which I think is really cool. And it's called the Smeg Mid-Century Modern Dishwasher. But I really like this retro dishwasher just because it's very unique and very cool. And it's just like, it's a Smeg line. I love Smeg. I don't own any Smeg, but I wish I did. But I just like the different colors that it has on it, like the pink, blue, the little darker blue, purple, gray, green, bright green, the yellow, of course, orange, black, and white. So if you didn't want the dish rag on it, you can have one without, with the same swatches as well, so you're not like losing any swatches on either item. But the other thing about this collab that I really love is the stove. Like, look at this stove. Look at the detail on the stove, like little vents on the back part of the stove, the little things you want to call them. I'm gonna call them heating pads. Heating pads for your stove, and like the knobs and like the detail with the clock on it and the oven and the lettering. It's just so detailed that I really, really love this. And it matches with your dishwasher as well. So if you wanted a bright lime green kitchen with your stove and your dishwasher, you could get it. But if you want to have like a stove hood, you can have one, or a range hood if you want to call it a range hood. We have one, and it's called We Didn't Start the Fire Stove Hood. I named it after the song We Didn't Start the Fire. And decided it was like kind of play on words. It just makes perfect sense to have one. The other cool thing about it is that we do have a Smeg type fridge that is also called the Smeg fridge, by the way, Smeg mid-century fridge. Classic doesn't describe this fridge. The talented first class mid-century interior designer, their words not mine, Terrence McGrace, they would describe it as a fridge is the must-have that everyone and their dog needs. Remember, it's more than just a fridge, it's a fridge of the future. Now, I named every single object and every single description in this collab, and let me just tell you, I had fun. I really had a lot of fun with this. There might have been some spelling errors here and there, but you know, we ignore that. It's still great. I love it. You have to love it too. And of course, we did not add in everything from Smeg, but we did add in some of the staples that we wanted, like the blender, which is really cute, this toaster, one with and without toast. And of course, the blender and the toaster is more decorative because we don't actually have blenders or toasters in The Sims 4 to make the animations like function. But you know, add in there for some decor items, which I think is really cute to, you know, spruce up your kitchen a little bit. So the other thing that I really like about this is the plants. And we have one called Sixam Mini Plant by Sixam. I named it after SixamCC. And it's so teeny tiny, it's so cute. You can make it small, or you can make it very big if you want to. A big staple plant, of course, a little succulent, which is very cute and very nice. The other one was called the Terrence by Smeg. Terrence after Terrence McGrace. He named a plant after himself, after his own line. I can't believe this, Terrence. And you know what's funny? So I named like T-Meg McGrace after like Terrence from Kim's Convenience. So if you watch this show on Netflix called Kim's Convenience, I love that show, by the way. It's not, you know, going on anymore, but it's so good. But there's this coworker named Terrence, and Terrence seems so uptight and so weird and so nerdy and so smart and has a lot to say and so innovative that I thought, why not name stuff after him? Because I think he's a cool character in that show. So you're welcome. But it's just so cool that we have little plants, and I don't really know what type of plant this is, but if you know, let me know. And I think it's like so cute. I like the ceramic gray pot. It does come in like a few swatches, like this like green, this tan, this yellow, black, and purple. The succulent doesn't have any swatches, but it's still really cute still. And then we have the Olivia by the Olivia, and it reads self-branded tiny plant named by Olivia, who's a cat that can talk, whose favorite human loves purple and is named after a cow plant with ghosts. But I named this plant after my good friend slash enemy, Rochella. She has a cat named Olivia, and Rochella was actually named after a cow plant in the Paranormal Stuff pack. But I really love this plant. It also goes onto the counters as well. So it's just not a floor plant. It's also like a countertop table plant as well. So if you want to make it smaller, you can make it very teeny tiny or like very big, smack dab in the center of your counter. And of course, I had to have my own staple into this pack. Like Sixam could not make everything. So I thought, I asked him, could I make some art pieces for this collab? He said, yes, go for it, bestie. And so I made some art pieces. I only made 2 of them, actually. And this one is like a Starflakes organic cereal brand. And it's an art piece you can actually gather into the game. And I wanted to make sure I captured the retro and mid-century modern feel and vintage, like the colors and, you know, the way it's stylized and everything, to make sure it matches this pack. And I made all this in Procreate, by the way. And if you want to see like the actual art piece and process, I'll link my Instagram down below. But it does come in a variety of swatches and different saturations of the print, of course. And then there's another art print that I made, a martini type beach type of glass right here, and it's like very futuresque and retro and mid-century modern. Like I had a lot of fun like making this stuff all the time. Like I do art on the side, and I make a bunch of art by myself just for like Instagram and just personal stuff and my coloring book one day, that I wanted to add in my own pieces into a collab that you all could still have and play with. And of course, Sixam did add in a wall piece, and then also I guess like a wall edge piece as well. So you could like add this to the side of the wall if you wanted, or on the side of the counter. And I'm holding down my Alt key to like freely place this picture on the floor and like rotate it freely using my Sims 3 camera, by the way. You also have some square fancy plates, one with and one without butter. So this buttery plate right here with toast, looking quite snazzy in my opinion. But it does come in a variety of swatches like purple, green, yellow, a little like brownish tan, and black to match the countertops. Like it literally blends in. That is kind of funny, and I do like it. These also come in swatches as well, so you kind of get what you need. And for the other set of plates, we do have Don't Be a Square plate. So these are like more like an oval shaped type of plate, which is really cute and nice. And then the other one we have are cups right here. And I called this one My Cup, My Cup. And if you have ever watched Glee, Brittany S. Pierce has sang a song called My Cup. My cup, my cup, saying what's up to my cup. And then I also added the reference into the cup song by Pitch Perfect, the cup song. So I added in Glee and Pitch Perfect into one object in a description and title. So you're welcome. But I really hope you all like the descriptions, because I really worked hard on these, and I hope you all like what I did and what I said in them, and hopefully you want to see more. And the other object is we have cake. And honestly, this cake looks so tasty. I kind of low-key want this cake IRL so I can eat it, but I don't know how to make cake from scratch, so I just won't. But it's so pretty and so cool and cute, and I really like it. It's purple, and it's like yellow and blue and green and pink and white. We also have some oil bottles by Ollie Oil Bottles. And this one actually does have a few swatches on there where you have like pink, and they also like have a green one as well. So you have like olive oil, which is, I think olive oil is great. It makes your spaghetti not stick to the pan, and that's something that you just don't want to see. But like I said, different swatches, different art pieces, different, you know, icons on the bottle as well. But the last thing that we have in this collab is definitely the pendant lights. But we added in a variety of swatches with this pendant. And of course, we did add in short, medium, and tall wall height lights. So in case you want to have a tall wall height or a medium wall height or a short one, you have those heights for you, for your Sims build. Now there's one specific object in this collab that I wanted to name after a Pacific Sim from Get Famous, and it was Judith Ward, and I named a tea kettle after her named Judith's Tea Kettle. Once upon a time, this tea kettle was once designed by Judith Ward's ex-spouse, Max Bailey, the father of Thorn Bailey. So brew all your favorite teas with a touch of a button, just like Judith once said, where there's tea, there's divorce. Now personally, Judith Ward is not the mother of Thorn Bailey. Let's hope they're not. But I really love this tea kettle though, just because it's small and it's compact, and it does work as like a regular tea maker. So your Sims will make tea and it is functional. And like I said, it matches your kitchen. So everything will match in this kitchen for your Sims, for your house with this collab. And I'm just like blown away on how well done Sixam made every single individual object, that I'm like, teach me your ways. I want to learn. So the last and final object that I wanted to share with you all is the microwave, the built-in microwave called the Crowave Microwave. One, because it's a staple piece in this kitchen. You always have to have the microwave to cook your chicken nuggies, your burritos, and whatever you want to do. And of course, it does work well with all of the swatches for every single individual island, counter. So you're kind of getting all that you needed / wanted. So if you wanted to put this built-in microwave next to a counter of your choice in a certain swatch like this one right here, you could have it match. And it kind of looks like Bumblebee from Transformers, but you know, to each their own. But I really do like how you can match it together with your counters, your fridge, your double sink action, and it just looks so well that you can make it your own oyster. And so personally, I hope you all definitely did enjoy this overview, this review, this final reveal of this collab with me and SixamCC. If you do want to get it right here, right now of early access, you can get it down below in the description. It does not release to public until March 4th, 2022. And I'm looking forward to all of your screenshots, all of your rooms, your houses that you do with this collab. And if you do, definitely do tweet us on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever it might be. I would love to see all the creations, and so would Sixam as well. And by all means, if you make any rooms or any houses with this collab, do make sure to upload your rooms and builds to the hashtag SpringSix on the gallery, just so we can all see all your amazing creations with this collab and see all your beautiful faces when it comes to your expertise in interior design. But either way, as always, I'm going to wrap it up here for today. I do hope you all enjoyed today's collab with me and SixamCC. If you want to get it early access, link is down below in the description. But nevertheless, as always, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!